Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are enjoying this lesson at your place. Today I'm your Oniri ma'am, and today I am once again come with the third part of your lesson number 11, the marriage proposal by Anton Chekhov. Let's see what happened in um, this third part. The argument is continued between Lomo, Shubkov and Natalia about this auction meadows, who belongs to them, and the things are going on. Let's see what happened next. I hope you liked it, you enjoy it. Listen, this lesson is somehow being boring because the constant quarreling of two people are there. Though it's about a marriage proposal, but things are not going with the way uh, we are supposed to think about. But still, in this, you have to understand the tone of the author, that how this marriage proposal is not going to be like in a traditional or typical way, because here everyone wants to connect themselves with a particular purpose, because here there is no love and affection of towards each other. It's a kind of tying a knot with a particular understanding. So this is how, for own self purpose they are there, and just marriage is just shake off their economical safety. So that is why we won't find any kind of proposal thing in this, and this quarreling is continuous, is the part of their life. Yes, the marriage proposal by Anton Chekhov, part 3. Lomo, no, you just think I'm a fool and want to have me on. You call my land yours, and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. Good neighbors don't behave like that, Stepan Stepanovich. You are not a neighbor, you are a grabber. Now, Lomo insists that his impolite tone is a reaction to what Shubkov has been doing. That is, calming Lomo's land. That is, claiming Lomo's land. He calls Shubkov a bad neighbor and a land grabber. Okay, so now Lomo explains that no, you just think that I'm a fool and want to have me on. Means you are calling my land yours, and you expect that I'll talk with you, or I'll behave with you in a calm and good tone. So what do you think, I'm a fool? You are not a neighbor, you are a grabber. Shubko, what's that? What did you say? Now feeling highly disrespected, Stepan asked Lomo to repeat his words. That what are you saying? What did you just say? What do you mean by that? Natalia, Papa, send the mowers out of the meadows at once. Natalia interferes and asks her father to send the mowers to auction meadows at once. Shubkov, what did you say, sir? Still unable to accept what he just heard about himself, he asked Lomo to repeat his words. Natalia, auction meadows are ours, and I shan't give up them, shan't give up them, shan't give up them. Now Natalia claims to possess auction meadows and refuses to let them go just because someone else is claiming it to be theirs. Lomo, we'll see. I'll have the matter taken to court, and then I'll show you. Lomov threatens to take the matter to the court and prove it to them that he is the real owner. So now the things are going on. Like Natalia says that Papa, send the movers out of these meadows at once, and Sobukov, still not believing that he blamed as a land grabber, and what Lomov said to him. So he constantly asked him to repeat, what did you say? And Natalia says that auction meadows are ours. She says that auction meadows belongs to theirs, and she don't she didn't give up them. And Lomov says, we'll see. I'll have the matter taken to the court. Okay, if you are not ready to give me, then I will take this matter to the court. Shubkov, to court. You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You are just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that, you pettifogger. All your people were like that, all of them. Pettifogger means an inferior legal practitioner, especially one who deals with petty cases or employs dubious practices. Now Shrubkov excuse Lomos that he is just looking for a chance to go to court just like all of the people in his family. He insists that he go on with the proceedings. No, nothing can be done. Lomo, never mind about my people. The Lomos have been honorable people, and not one has ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather. Now, embezzlement is theft or misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer. Now, Lomo refused to listen anything against his family and mentions that they are all respectable personalities, unlike Shopko's grandfather who had been tried to embezzlement the others. So this is how heating discussion is going on between Shrubkov, Lomo and Natalia. They all want to prove the one thing, that the auction meadows belongs to them. We don't have any idea about the real owner of this. But with this kind of argumentation, we come across that okay, this land is really a matter of dispute. Shubkov. Shubkov, you Lomos have had lunacy in your family, all of you. Lunacy means the state of being a lunatic, insanity, not in a technical use. Okay, lunacy in your family, all of you. So Shubkov mentioned that insanity and irrationality runs in their Lomos. Natalia, all. Natalia repeats after her father that all are like that. Shubkov, your grandfather was a drunkard, and your young aunt Nastasia Mihailovna runs away with an architect, and so on. Okay, now drunkard means a person who is habitually drunk. Now Shubko calls Lomo's grandfather an alcohol addict, breaks the news that Lomo's younger aunt run away with an architect. Lomo, and your mother has a humpbacked, clutches at his heart, something pulling in my side, my head. Help, water. Hump means a round protuberance found as an abnormality on the back of a person. Now Lomo mentions that Shubkov's mother was humpbacked While he was saying this, he felt a pull on his side and head. Thus he calls for help and water. Shubkov. Your father was a gambler. Natalia. Gazling means a greedy. Gambler means a person who gambles or speculator. As the blame game is on, Shrubkov calls Lomov's father a greedy gambler, Natalia. And there haven't been many backbiters to equal your aunt. Natalia calls Lomov's aunt a backbiter, and that on one could match her level. No one could match her level. Lomo, my left foot has gone to sleep. You are an intriguer, oh my heart. And it's an open secret that before the last elections, you breathe. I can see stars. Where is my hat? Intriguer means someone who tricks, deceives, or cheats. Lomo complains. Lomo complains that his foot is numb, calls Shrubkov a plotter. Saya that he has pain in his heart. He adds that in his last election, he does not complete the sentence as he was feel dizzy. He calls for his hat. Natalia, it's low, it's dishonest, it's mean. Natalia calls his act low, dishonest, and mean. Now, similarly, they all are accusing each other family members, and now Lomo is really feel ill. He won't be able to complete the sentence. He is feeling dizzy, and he is asking for his help. And though Lomov is in this kind of situation, Natalia is not concerning about this, and she is still talking and calls his act as a low, dishonest, and mean person. Shubkov, and you are just a malicious, double-faced intriguer, yes? Malicious means intending or intend to do harm. Shubkov further calls him names. Lomo, here is my hat, my heart, which way? Where is the door? Oh, I think I'm dying. My foot's quite numb. Goes to the door. Numb means deprived of the power of physical sensation. Lomo finally finds his hat and starts asking for direction towards the door. With his heart pounding and foot numb, he feels that he is dying. Shubkov following him, and don't set foot in my house again. Shubkov screams in anger and tells Lomov not to step foot in his house again. Natalia, take it to court, we'll see. Lomov staggers out, and Natalia tells him to take the matter to court in order to show that they are not afraid. Shubkov, they will take him, walks about in excitement. Shubkov calls for the devils to take Lomov along with them. Natalia, what a rascal! What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that? Rascals means devil. Natalia comments that Lomov is such a devil and is unreliable in this kind of matter. How one can trust their neighbor after this sort of things. Shubkov, the villain, the scarecrow. It's kind of a Shubkov further calls him with this kind of different names. Natalia, the monster. First he takes our land, and then he has the impudence to abuse us. Okay, impudence means audacity. Natalia is surprised how Lomo first claimed their land to be his own and then possessed the audacity to be abused them. Shubkov, and then blind hand hears that turnip host has the confounded chick to make a proposal, and so on. What? A proposal? In the process of cursing him and calling him names, Subkov reveals the real reason behind Lomov's visit that had been overshadowed by the argument related to auction meadows. He couldn't believe his audacity to come with a proposal for her daughter. So now, after so long, Shubkov finally revealed that what is the purpose of Lomov's visit, and he says that after means giving process of cursing him and calling him name, Shubkov revealed the real reason behind this, and he says that he was come here to propose her to make a proposal or propose her daughter. This proposal is overshadowed by this argument of auction meadows. Natalia, what proposal? Now unaware about the subject matter, Natalia asks her dad, which proposal is he talking about? Shubkov, why? He came here to propose to you. And Shubkov clarifies that Lomov came here to ask for Natalia's hand in marriage. And Natalia asks in such a surprising way, what proposal? And then Shubkov clarifies that Lomov has come here to propose or ask Natalia's hand in marriage. Natalia, to propose to me? Why didn't you tell me so before? Now surprised at hearing this, Natalia tells her father that he should have told this to her earlier, Shubko. So he dressed up in evening clothes, the stuff sausage the vision faced from. He further calls Lomov's name and expresses displeasure on seeing his audacity to come there in the evening dress. Natalia, to propose to me? Falls into an easy chair and wails, bring him back, bring him here. Now Natalia is stunned at the news. She falls into the chair and insanely demands to call him back. Now Natalia knows the real purpose of his, and then she asks that, why didn't you tell me before that he is here to propose to me? And Subkov says, different name, and says that he dressed up in evening clothes, and that is why he was there to propose you. And Natalia, to propose to me, and she falls into easy chair and wails and asking and demands to call him back. Shubkov, bring him here. Shubkov is not very sure who she is referring to. Natalia, quick, I am ill, fetch him. Hysterics. She tells her father to call him back at the very moment. Shubkov, what's that? What's the matter with you? Clutches at his head. Oh, unhappy man that I am. I'll shoot myself. I hang myself. We have done for her. Now Shubkov couldn't register Natalia's change of behavior towards Lomov, and thus he calls himself an unhappy man. He intends on shooting himself or hanging himself. So now Natalia asks, constantly demanding that please call him back. Why didn't you tell me that he was there to propose to me? And now Shubkov was very frustrated, and he just can't understand, and he consider him as an unhappy man. He wants to shoot himself or he wants to hang himself. Natalia, I'm dying. Fetch him. Natalia says that she is about to die. Lomov be summoned. Shubkov, truth, at once, don't yell, runs out a pose. Shubkov asks his daughter to calm down and stop yelling. He runs away to call Lomov. Natalia Stepanovna wails, what have they done to me? Fetch him back, fetch him. A pose. Shubkov runs in. Natalia asks her father to hurry. Shubkov runs. So now the act of calling him back. Shubkov, he is coming, and so on. Devil take him off. Talk to himself. Talk to him yourself. I don't want to. He informed Natalia that Lomov is coming. He doesn't intend on talking to him and thus asked her to have a word with him herself only. He is not interested to talking with him. Natalia wells. Fetch him. Natalia cries for Lomov. Shubkov yells. He is coming, I'll tell you. Oh, what a burden, Lord, to be the father of a grown-up daughter. I'll cut my throat. I will indeed. We cursed him, abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. Now he is unable to accept what just happened. He feels that it is both a burden and a curse to be a grown-up uh, daughter's father. He wants to cut his throat off because at one moment they cursed, abused, and throw him out of their house, and at the other they are calling him back to accept the proposal. So now this is so embarrassing moment for Shubkov, that they were continue fighting and he interrupted in that fighting. They abuse him, they curse him, and now he has to call him back for accepting the marriage proposal. So it's a so embarrassing kind of act for Shubkov. Natalia, no, it was you. Natalia blames her father for abusing him. Shubkov, I tell you, it's not my fault. Lomo appears at the door. Now you talk to him yourself. Exit. Shubkov clarifies that it was not his fault when Lomo appears at the door. He tells Natalia to handle the situation herself. Lomo, enter exhausted, my heart's palpitating awfully, my foot's gone to sleep, there is something to keeps pulling in my side. Now Lomo enters completely exhausted. He doesn't feel well because of his palpitations, numb pit and pulse on one side. So now Lomo enters. Shubkov says that deal with him by yourself, by herself only, and Lomo enters exhausted, his heart palpitating awfully, his foot goes to numb, and there is something keeps pulling on his side. Natalia, forgive us, Ivan Vaslovich. We were all a little heated. I remember now, Oxon Meadows really are yours. Now, Natalia, surprisingly, in a completely different tone, gives clarification for how they treated him earlier. She suddenly remembers that the auction meadows are his. Lomo, my heart's beating awfully, my meadows, my eyebrows are both twitching. While trying to talk about the meadows, he expressed that his heart is pounding and eyebrows twitching. Natalia, the meadows are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. They sit. We were wrong. Natalia confirms that the auction meadows are his and asks him to sit down. She accepts her mistake and says that they were wrong. So now she wants to be with him, and that is why she is trying to, you know, clarify the things, and she is really trying to accept her mistake and said that auction meadows belongs to you. Lomo, I did it on a principle. My land is worth little to me but the principle. Lomo said that although the land is worth little, but he was just acting on a principle. He was just being fair. Yes, the principle, just so. Now let's talk of something else. Natalia tells him to change the topic in the hope of bringing up the proposal. Lomo, the more so as I have evidence, my aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather's peasants. Now, Lomo doesn't stop with his clarification and again mentions that his aunt's grandmother gave the land and her father's grandmother peasants. So now Again he tries to clarify the things, and he constantly tries to prove himself a right person. So rather to think about proposing and close the matter, he continues talking about his land and the fairness or the principle on which he used to walk, and he really used to act, and want others believe that he is a man of a principle. Natalia, yes, yes, let that pass aside. I wish I knew how to get him started. Aloud, are you going to start shooting soon? Now Natalia asks him to change the topic. She thinks how could she bring him to discuss the marriage proposal. She asks Lomo if he shall resume shooting, means start talking. I am thinking of having a go at the Blackhawk, honored Natalia Stepanovna, after the harvest. Oh, have you heard? Just think, what a misfortune I have had my dog Geese. What who you know has gone lame. Lame means unable to walk without difficulty as the result of an injury or illness affecting the leg or a foot means kind of lamping. So upon being asked, Lomo shares his plans about shooting. He plans on going to Blackhawk after the harvest. He then shares the news that his dog Gay suffered difficulty in walking properly. Natalia, what a pity. Why? And she shows her sympathy and asks how he had gone lame. Lomo, I don't know, must have got his leg twisted or bitten by some other dog. Shais, my very best dog, to say nothing of the expense. I gave a Mironov 125 rubles for him. Lomov is not sure of the reason, but he suspects that he might have got his leg twisted or bitten by some other dog. He highly regrets it as it was his best dog, and he had paid a high amount, that is 125 ruble for it. Natalia. It was too much, Ivan Vasilovich. Natalia thinks he had paid a very high price for such a dog. Lomo, I think it was very cheap. He is first-rate dog. Lomo, he thinks it was very low for a first-rate dog like Gaze. It was Lomo, I think it is very cheap. He is first-rate dog, and Lomo, he thinks it was very low for a first-rate dog like Gaze. Natalia, Papa gave 85 rubles for his squeezer, and squeezer is perhaps better than Gaze. Now, now she mentions that he rather gave 85 rubles for her dog Squeezer, who is way better than Gaze. Lomo, Squeezer better than Gaze? What an idea! Laughs. Squeezer better than Gaze? Now he finds it extremely funny that Squeezer is better than Gaze. Natalia, of course he is better. Of course Squeezer is young. He may develop a bit, but on points and pedigree, he is better than anything that even Volchansky has got. Volchansky is another breed of a dog. So now Natalia confidently says that Squeezer is in any day better. He is young, but he may develop a bit. He is the best when it comes to points and pedigree, even bits what Volchansky has got. Lomo. So here they are starting arguing about their dogs, their ability, their pedigree, and what sort of things are continue. regarding the dog and their pedigree, and the argument is continue. They are not coming on a proper topic of proposing each other, rather than they are dealing with this kind of silly things. Lomo, excuse me, Natalia Stepanovna, but you forget that he is overshot, and overshot always means the dog is a bad hunter. Now Lomo highlights that her squeezer is an overshot, which means he is bad at hunting. Natalia, overshot, is he? The first time I hear it. She doesn't agree with with what Lomo is saying about squeezer being an overshot. Lomo, I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than the upper. Now he further confirms by saying that Squeezer's lower jaw is smaller than the upper jaw. So now this is how they both are talking, and they both are, rather than arguing with each other on the little and very little matter of this dog, and somehow we cannot consider it as matter at all, because they are talking about dog's pedigree. They are talking about that they are overshot, means this upper jaw and lower jaw is shorter than the upper jaw, and he considered that this kind of dogs are not good at it, at in hunt. But why such things are discussed in that? Because there is no meaning to discuss. They were there to discuss such a big matter, such a huge matter of their life. It's a matter of their important day, and they have supposed to discuss about that rather than the silly things. But though, after keeping the main thing aside, they all are discussing on a very silly topics, which makes a kind of a controversy, or rather we can say that can make a reason of, this reason of their quarrel. But they are not stopping, they are not thinking about that, and they are constantly, continuously working in this way. And this is how the discussion become very much heated, and the main thing of proposal was, kept aside. It won't take a place in that, and this argument is win. Now let's see what happened. We will see in next video. Till then, be safe, have a good time ahead. Bye bye.